Very good morning to all of you. Here we are taking the live class on Saturday morning. This is our 5th live class, the Magic of Logic series, live in YouTube. Now, what is this? The purpose of this, when you're already taking the coaching, you're already revising at home with the help of booster notes, then what is the need of these live classes? Okay, these live classes are income taxes, easy to understand, but it is vast. So it needs lot of repetition, right? So in these live classes, we will be covering up the concepts which are required to be heard repeatedly in different way. Just in 15 minutes in the last class, we have revised everything about the taxability of virtual digital asset, that is cryptocurrency. And the upcoming exam, the November, December 23 or May 24 exam, these two topics are very important. One is the virtual digital asset and another is your, one second, dear students. Yeah. And another is your updated return. Okay. Huh? So these are the two topics which are very, very important for the upcoming exams. So we are taking that. Right now, today, most of the queries are coming this week coincidentally for the interest and loan, and I also decided for the same topic. So even though you are attending regular classes, this 15 minutes of different kind of revision, or put the audio and listen, or record your own voice, when you do it in different ways, it will help you to do that repetition required in your mind, and that's what is required for the final exam, right? So quickly, let us begin for today's topic, and then we will be doing some amendments, notifications, whatever they are, that we will discuss. And along with that, at the end, I'll be giving you something to take away, very important. Okay, let us quickly begin for the topic for today. It is how much interest on loan is allowed in case of house property. Most important question, house property comes for 8 marks in the CA Inter and CMA Inter exam. And then final students, why you should watch this video is, these pointers are covered in MCQs. 20 marks MCQ, 30 marks MCQs are very, very important. So definitely they are covering up this question again and again. And we have our challengers group. We have the Telegram group where students are clicking the picture and send me down. I'm posting the answer if required by writing or by voice note. So there two of the queries asked were for interest on loan. That motivated me ki chalo ek video banate hain, and I'll be sharing my screen and giving you the flow chart also. So I want you to take that in writing. Of course, you take a screenshot now, but screenshot से पढ़ाई नहीं होती. To sync it, ink it, और लिखना है आपको. शुरू करें. Right. In case of house property, the rental income can be divided into 3 kinds of properties. Self-occupied property, we know the format, GAV less municipal taxes, NAV and all. So self-occupied property, GAV is nil, NAV is nil, and so no standard deduction. Only interest on loan is allowed, and so self-occupied property will always show a loss. Is this clear to all of you? I think let me share the screen and the table, and there if I write and do, it will be more clear. So वैसे करते हैं. Any suggestions from your side are always welcome, Yeah, are you all with me? चलो आ जाओ यहाँ. Yes. Let us take up right now. As I said, self-occupied property. This is all Sarthi material with lot of concepts and very important quality good problem. If you want to check, you can check it in the Concept Classes app. So as I said, there are 3 kind of the property. Self-occupied property, the GAV, NAV, all will be nil. Interest on loan is allowed maximum up to 2 lakh. And so self-occupied property will always show a loss. Digested? Now, let out or deemed let out property. Okay, let out property is actually let out. And what is deemed let out property? It is the property which is like self-occupied, or maybe you can say vacant. Say self-occupied property, how many are allowed? 2. But I have 3 self-occupied properties, one in Hyderabad, one in Lonavala, third in Goa. Any 2 of my properties, I can take it as self-occupied. The third self-occupied property will be assumed or deemed to be let out, and you need to pay tax on notional rental income. Now, coming to the core part for today, that is interest on loan. So are you digesting in self-occupied property? Everything is nil. So interest on loan will be allowed 2 lakh maximum, and it's a loss. Let out and deemed let out, whatever is actual interest on loan is allowed. These are all pointers on how to derive GAV. We are not revising house property now. For that, I've already prepared a marathon lecture. Abhi ye dekho. Interest on loan is allowed on due basis. Even if interest is due on 31st March, say 2023, and you have not paid it till April, still on due basis, interest is allowed. Municipal taxes are allowed on payment basis. Ye yaad hai sabko dialogue? Municipal tax, if you pay, it is allowed. For 22-23, if you pay on 10th April 23, it will not be allowed now. It will surely be allowed next year. So, interest on loan is allowed on due basis. Now, deemed let out and let out property, full interest is allowed. Full interest is allowed. Is it clear? Without any upper limit. So, ma'am, let out and deemed let out, if I have taken loan from a housing finance company and they are giving me a certificate, and my principal to chhod do, which you get deduction in 80C, interest on loan allowed is 8 lakh rupees. Is it allowed fully? Answer is yes. Take a pause, repeat with me. Are you clear? Deemed let out and let out property, whatever actual interest is due for the year is allowed, irrespective of upper limits. Ma'am, then so much juggling for 2 lakh and 30,000, that is only in case of self-occupied property. This is one of the important pitfall, dear students. Self-occupied के बाद जो deemed let out करते हैं ना, वहां भी 60,000 interest है तो 30 allowed करते हैं. I said, why did you allow 30? 60 is allowed. No, ma'am, upper limit. No, you said 30,000. But that's only for self-occupied property. For let out and deemed let out, whatever is actual interest on loan is allowed. Now coming to self-occupied property. Self-occupied property, if you take today the loan for repairs or renovation of the house, then how much interest is allowed? 30,000. It's written here. You have taken the loan for repairs and renovation today, 30,000 is allowed. Or loan is taken prior to 1499, 30,000 is allowed. Are you all with me? If the loan is taken prior to 1499 or loan is taken in 2023-24 now, then also how much interest on loan is allowed? 30,000. Why, ma'am? Because it's taken for repairs and renovation. Now, if these conditions are satisfied, loan is taken after 1499 for purchase or for construction, and construction is completed in 5 years. If anyone is doing from old scanner, manual and all, it might be 3 years. Now it is 5 years. Loan when did you take? For self-occupied property, 1499 ke baad. For what purpose? Purchase or construction. Is the construction over in 5 years? Answer is yes. How much maximum amount of loan is allowed? That is, sorry, not loan, interest is allowed. That is 2 lakhs. Is this clear for all of you? Right? Yeah, I'll explain some more bits are there in this for interest on loan. First, I want you all to take a picture of this flowchart. Take a picture of this flowchart. Now, read the points with me. Any doubt you have, can you please comment? That's why I'm saying if you can attend live, half an hour, 15 minutes, it's going to be very helpful for you. Actual amount of interest due for the year is allowed in case of let out and deemed let out property. Actual amount of the interest is allowed. For interest on housing loan, maximum 2 lakh is limit only in case of self-occupied property. Ma'am, is 2 lakh rupees limit for each self-occupied property? If I have 2 self-occupied property, mila ke how much it is? 2 lakh. Is it for current year's interest? No. I'm not taking the concept of pre-construction interest because it will take a full class later. But current year's interest and 1/5 of the pre-construction interest for self-occupied property, mila ke how much interest is allowed? 2 lakh. If I have 2 self-occupied properties, how much interest is allowed? 2 lakh in total. Ma'am, we are co-owners. I am owning 60% of the property and my student is owning 40% of the property. So you all know co-ownership problem. 60% income pura compute kar lo. 60% house property income will be taxable in my hands. 40% in my student's hand. The 2 lakh limit will be for both individuals, separate for self-occupied property. If I leave 1 or 2 bits in this, no, easier for students. Ma'am to kitna acha padha rahe, sab samajh mein aa gaya. And if I am teaching, it is tough ki ye kya naya bol rahe hain. But this is the depth. It will take time to digest. Watch this video repeatedly for 2 to 3 times. 15 into 3, 45 minutes invested. Till exam, you will not forget this flowchart. Self-occupied property, upper limit is 2 lakh only if you take loan for purchase and construction. After 1499, construction is over in 5 years. Today also, if you take loan for repairs and renovation, 30,000 is the interest. But this 30,000 and 2 lakh limit is only for self-occupied property because DAV is nil, NAV is nil. You are showing a loss. For the let out and deemed let out, whatever is actual interest due or paid is allowed. Done, done and done. देखो, clear है आप सबको? Chalo, let us take up now. Conditions for interest on housing loan up to 2 lakh only in case of self-occupied property. Loan is taken for construction or acquisition. Acquisition is purchase. Loan is taken after 1499. Acquisition or construction should be completed within 5 years. If the person extending the loan certifies such interest, of course, you will get a housing loan certificate. Interest is allowed here. Principal is allowed in ATC and over and above 2 lakh interest. Other interest is also allowed in 80E, 80EE and 80EE8. 80 is the education loan. E series is all for interest. ऐसे याद रखना है. So 80EE, 80EE8. These are housing loan interest over and above this 2 lakh or 30,000 limit. चलें आगे. Right. Interest on housing loan will be allowed only 30,000 if above conditions are not satisfied. Means either loan is not taken after 99, it's taken before and all. Or loan is taken for repairs and renovations at any point. How much interest is allowed? 30,000. Interest on loan which is payable outside India is allowed only if TDS is deducted. Beautiful. This we do it in business head also. I have taken housing loan from someone in London. I am paying interest. If I miss deducting the TDS and pay the gross interest, this interest will not be allowed. I need to deduct TDS. Okay. So if interest is paid outside India and if TDS is not deducted, it's not allowed. Interest on second loan taken to repay the first loan is allowed. I took housing loan from SBI at the rate of 8%, 50 lakh rupees. Now I am getting from IDBI housing loan at 6%. And it's a long-term housing loan are for 10 years, 15 years. Then what do? I pay back, I take the housing loan from IDBI, 50 lakhs, pay back to SBI. And now IDBI is the bank where I'm paying interest. So second loan taken to repay the first loan, is it allowed? I know this looks like a dialogue and not at all clear, but is the example clear? IDBI से loan लिया और SBI को वापस दे दिया. Now IDBI loan is my housing loan. So is this interest allowed? Answer is yes. So first loan taken from SBI 50 lakhs. Then second loan taken from IDBI to repay the first loan. So second loan becomes housing loan. So interest on the second loan is allowed. Okay. Interest paid on the money borrowed to repay the loan EMI is not allowed. Oh, this is many books talk like this. Interest on interest. Not allowed, no ma'am. So now I have taken from IDBI 50 lakh rupees loan at 6%. Huh? So 50 lakhs ka 6%, let us say 3 lakh rupees I have to pay, no, EMI, interest principal. Up to pay the interest also I don't have money. So I take from Mr. A or someone loan of 3 lakh to pay interest. 3 lakh. Are you getting? This 3 lakh at the rate of 10%, I have taken loan from Mr. A to pay interest 3 lakh to IDBI bank. Now this interest 3 lakh is on housing loan. This interest 30,000 is to pay the interest. It is interest on interest, not interest on loan. So not allowed. ये आपको ऐसे dialogue नहीं आएंगे. Exam में they'll give you this adjustment in the problem. That to pay the EMI and interest he took loan. So will that second interest to pay this interest be allowed? Answer is no. हम अभी तो आपने बोला कि second interest allowed है. Second loan taken to repay the first loan is allowed because second loan is now becoming housing loan. But to pay the interest you are taking loan. This interest is to pay the interest, not allowed. Confusing or clear? Please comment below. Brokerage, processing fees related to loan, not allowed. 2,30,000 is the maximum interest on loan allowed for 2 self-occupied properties, including current years and pre-construction interest. Interest on loan for upper limit for each co-owner is 2 lakh. ऐसा नहीं है कि दोनों co-owner को मिला के होगा. I'm purposely removing all this what I've written so that if you want you take a screenshot and in your booster notebook magic of logic write down. Yes, sometimes I write and explain. Have you seen? Last time virtual digital asset, everything I wrote and I explained it to all of you. ठीक है? आज हमने इसको बिना लिखे किया है. Oh, sorry, I was sharing the screen by mistake. It got closed. Please note down. There are many things to be explained in house property in a simpler way. Tell me now. You tell me and I will answer you. Is there a confusion for interest on loan? Is this clear to all of you? Yes. Let out and deemed let out. Everything is allowed. Self-occupied property. Only upper limit is there 2 lakhs. If you have taken loan after 1499 for purchase or construction and construction is over in 5 years. Suppose if today also you have taken the loan for self-occupied properties for repairs and renovation, what is the interest allowed? 30,000. Interest on second loan taken to repay the first loan is allowed. But loan taken to pay the interest is not allowed. because ये loan का interest क्या है? To pay this interest. So this interest is not allowed. I hope if you repeat 2-3 times, it will be clear too. So it's a challenge. I have taught this way, and until now the feedback is, ma'am, now interest on loan is absolutely clear. And after this, you practice MCQs, questions from any material, any academy's material, any textbook, any past exam papers. If you come across anything which is confusing, click the picture, send to me in our Telegram, and surely it will be clear for all of you. Okay, going to the second segment of our, make sure, so many of you are watching it later. I know everyone has their own schedule, but if you can spare half an hour, no, the live chat box is on and I can clear your doubts very fast. The second one is announcement. Right now it is 19th of August and your 1 month is left for the CMA students to get the result. Without waiting for the result, start your preparation for the group 2. Quality good. थोड़ा थोड़ा क्या पढ़ाई होती है? Most of the students whom I talk, they say थोड़ा थोड़ा कर रहे हैं. What is थोड़ा थोड़ा? Seriously, you start with group 2 as if there is one more attempt between the May and November. अगर सितंबर में एग्जाम रहता है तो कैसे पढ़ते? Group 2 अच्छे से prepare करो. Once the result is out, you will get time to revise this group. And worst case, pass fail is a game in professional exam. Then you will get time, you know, to prepare and revise this. Second group तो आपने करके रखा है. A first group revise करना है. You can write both the groups. Okay, right? So hope this is helpful. And for CA students, go for 2 groups or 1 groups, whatever suits you. Like, you know, 2 group के लिए आपका preparation हो जाना चाहिए. And now this August, half, September and October, this should be for the practice, for the revision. If you feel no, group 2, now I will take the coaching of audit and IT and SM, it's not going to be helpful, dear students. Right? So take your decision. And even if you're writing group 1, again, same query is coming. November 23, CA Inter, say if you're writing group 1, May 24, the costing is going into group 2. Only 6 papers are there in the new syllabus, May 24. So only 2 papers you will have to write. You will be exempted. You will not have to write costing again. But only thing is you have to write to self-attested modules and write online exam, that is set A and B. Just scroll up our Telegram group. I have uploaded all FAQs PDF. Still, if you have doubt, you can ask me. And now quickly, as we close in the coming 5 minutes, always I share a quote. The quote is my self-made quote. And why? बहुत सारे quotes available है. फिर ये क्यों पढ़ना है, ये क्यों करना है? This is going to build up the mindset required for student. Perfect mindset required for the student. So it's the mindset, you know. I feel your hard work, your smart work, your knowledge, your degree, everything is 50%. Remaining, it's all the game of mindset. Am I right or not? See, the second mind will say, "Arey, so jao, barish ho rahi hai, mat padhai karo, class miss karo." The second mind is always going to stop. But then if you are aware, you can overtake. So today's mantra is, this being weekend, I did an experiment today morning that it was a rainy morning. It stopped raining at morning 6 o'clock. And then I decided I always go for my weekend nature walk. Every day I do yoga. That's a part of my solid morning routine. But Saturdays I go for this nature walk to nearby park. So I thought whether I should go or not. Then it said, "Arey, barish bhi ho rahi, chodo aaj ghar pe thoda exercise kar lete hain, ho jayega." Then the second mind said, "No, I don't want to miss and let us go." When I decided to go, I was ready for the consequence. कि अगर बारिश होगी तो anyways I'm going by car. I'll drop my car and walk. अगर बारिश होगी तो कार में ही drive करके आ जाएंगे. I'm ready for the consequence. I'm taking my responsibility. I'm not boasting myself, please, in saying all this. I'm giving you the mindset that when you want to strive ahead in your life, see what's stopping you. If you feel nahi ye, nahi wo, so the mind will always give reasons, and so valid, genuine reason. Barish ho rahi hai. And coincidentally, when I went, I thought, pata nahi kitne walkers honge, so 50% walkers were there. It stopped raining. Amazing, peaceful, silent morning it was, with beautiful breeze and the nature's fragrance, which no perfume can give. So all this I could enjoy because I went with a readiness कि चलो ठीक है, अगर वहां पहुंचते पहुंचते बारिश बढ़ गई, यू टर्न लेके ड्राइव करके कार में म्यूजिक सुन के आ जाएंगे. So are you ready to take the risk? Are you ready to take your responsibility? Are you ready to frame your mind कि negative होगा ऐसा नहीं है, but be ready for the consequences. ये होगा तो भी ठीक है, ये होगा तो भी. Then you will strike forward. 10 genuine reasons for not studying, for giving up, for this. इसका घर में तबीयत खराब है, मम्मी के साथ यहाँ जाना है, पापा का ये काम है, वो काम है. Agreed. I'm not saying don't do that work, but you convince them this is my study time. After I do this, I'll surely do that, and they will. You need to have that mindset, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah. 2 announcements now. I hope this is helpful to all of you, and you also do few things like this out of the way in the weekend. You like cooking, dancing, music, painting, writing poetry, or recording shairis and posting on some portal on Insta. Whatever you like, you do it. Half an hour se koi farak nahi padega. That will give you a very positive boost. Okay. And some more announcements. We have just started with Sarthi batch, which is like with me, intensive practice students are doing for costing, learning all the core concepts with me and revising all the past exams, RTPs, and the study material problems with me. And along with this, free access is given for the recorded lectures of costing. The routine November batch wala jo abhi ka recording hai, that full access is given 1.5 view. So if you feel no ma'am, this topic, this intensive practice will not help, mujhe to pura padna hai, you can watch detailed lectures along with our material. So just take a look at that. And if you, same thing is going to start for taxation from 15th of September. I'm announcing it quite in prior because students are asking, right? So 15th of September, direct taxation also, Sarthi batch. All the gist concepts will be given to you with practice of all the problems. Okay. So this is announcement, and one very nice 21 days challenge I'm starting for students to build up the right mindset, student mindset. Okay. Surely it's going to have amazing result, and fees is only 15 minutes of your daily time. So you will get all the details on this channel. That's why I'm saying subscribe the channel. कुछ भी extra information नहीं होगा. आपका 1 minute भी time waste मुझे नहीं करना है. But whatever I can help you to build up a mindset for the exam, I really want you all to take up with me this 21 days challenge. I just need 15 minutes of yours. You have to fill up the Google form, upload. We'll be adding you in the WhatsApp group, and you will have every day 15 minutes of activity to be done. है 15 minutes, trust है तो join करो, ठीक है? That's all for the Saturday live. Thank you so much for tuning in live with us. If you comment below, I would be glad. And I am bringing up all those concepts which are actually required. Repeatedness जरूरी है. Business head में कोई topic है, salary में है, costing में कोई topic है. These are my areas. And CMA final, CA final, direct taxation, recent recorded videos are there. You can check that also. With quality good test series, I can challenge about the question papers, what I have prepared, covering up everything, MCQs and the theory and all the concepts, right? Thank you so much. All the best to each one of you. Have a lovely weekend. See you all on next Saturday. Bye-bye.